Jenny was a bright-eyed 5-year-old girl. One day, when she and her mother were shopping at a departmental store, Jenny saw a plastic pearl necklace priced at rupees 200 rupees. How she wanted that necklace! And when she asked her mother if she could buy it for her, her mother said, "Well, it's a pretty necklace, but it cost a lot of money. I'll tell you what, I will buy you that necklace, but when we get home, we can make up a list of the cost that you have to pay for the necklace." Jenny agreed, and her mother bought the plastic pearl necklace for her. Jenny worked on her course very hard every day, and soon Jenny was able to pay off the pearls. Jenny loved the plastic pearls. She wore them everywhere, to her school, when she went out with her mother to run errands, and to sleep too. Now, Jenny had a very loving father, and he would read Jenny her favorite story every night before she went to sleep. One night, when he finished reading her the story, he said, "Jenny, do you love me?" "Oh, yes, Daddy, you know I love you," the little girl said. "Well, then, give me your pearls." "Oh, Daddy, please, not my pearls," said Jenny. "But you can have my favorite doll, the one you gave me last year for my birthday, and you can have her tea party set too." But the father said, "That's okay, Jenny," and gave her a good night kiss, and he left the room. A week later, her father once again asked Jenny after reading her favorite story, "Do you love me?" "Oh, yes, Daddy, you know I love you." "Well, then give me your pearl necklace," said the father. And the little girl, now little sad, said, "You can have my toy horse. She is my favorite. Her hair is so soft, and you can play with it and braid it every day." "No, that's okay," the father said, and brushed her cheek again with a kiss and left the room. Several days later, when Jenny's father came in to read a story, Jenny now was sitting on her bed with her lips literally trembling. She said, "Here, Daddy," she said, and held out her hand. She opened out her favorite pearl necklace that she had inside her hand. She let it slip into the father's hand, and with one hand, her father held on to the plastic pearl, and with the other, he pulled out of his pocket a blue velvet box. Inside the box was real, genuine, beautiful pearls. He had them all this while. He was waiting for Jenny to give up the cheap stuff so that he could give her the real, beautiful, genuine pearls. Friends, what is the plastic pearl that you are holding on to, that you have become so attached to that it seems impossible for you to let go? What would you rather experience in that place? Remember, to let go is to make room to grow. To move forward, we need to let go of things that hold us back from living a life of purpose and possibilities. We will have to chuck out of the window some negative attitudes, regrets of lost opportunity, fears, angers, bitterness, and unhealthy habits, excuses, distractions, envying others, and lots of other negative baggage. Arthur William Wood once beautiful and wisely said, "There are three enemies of personal peace and happiness: the regret of yesterday's mistakes, the anxiety of tomorrow's problems, and the ingratitude of today's blessings." Friends, the three thieves that steal us from a life of purpose and possibility are the regret of yesterday, the anxiety and worries of tomorrow, and the ingratitude of today. First, regret. Everyone at some point in his life has felt the pain of regret. This feeling leads us to a self-blaming for making the wrong decisions and a desire to reverse the prevailing situation. Life flies past, and with it comes many missed opportunities and missteps that can set us back and leave us feeling hopeless. That job that you did not get, that girl that you did not impress, that exam that you worked so hard for and yet you did not get the top rank, or the university or college you desperately wanted admission to. Life is not always kind to give us all we want, but it can haunt us by reminding us what we actually or what our heart actually desired. Make it a rule of life never to regret and never to look back. There is a need to stop looking at where you have been and start looking at where you can be. Dwelling in the past is a sure sign of stagnation in your life. When you dwell onto your past or at the expense of the future, you stop growing and you start dying. Too many people allow yesterdays to use up too much of today. They can't get past their past. On the driveway through life, some people drive through life looking at the rear mirror instead of the big windscreen. Obviously, trying to drive a car forward while looking backward can be ineffective and be dangerous thing to do. Most people trying to drive while looking back in the rear mirror end up crashing. The past should be a place of reference, not a place of residence. Now we all have regrets, but what separates a champion from those who are lost is how we cope with that regret and move forward through our struggles. There are a lot of reasons we commit to decisions that we later regret, but almost all of them can be reconciled in some shape. It takes a little honest grit and determination, though most of all it takes is a little of uh, unflinching willingness to do what's right for yourself. Learn from your mistakes and reframe the negative narratives that leave you chained to the past and feeling miserable. The second, friends, is anxiety. Worry is like babies and they grow larger by nursing them. More people worry about the future rather than prepare for it. Anxiety about the future steals and prevents you from pursuing a life of design and possibilities. Fear of the future is a waste of the present. Most people believe their doubts and then doubt their beliefs. A very interesting fact from the Bureau of Standards of Washington helps us understand the power of anxiety on our minds. It states that a dense fog covering about 7 city blocks 100 feet deep is composed of something less than one glass of water. The amount of water is divided into some 60 million tiny drops. Yet, when these tiny particles settle down over an entire city, they can blot out practically all vision. A cup of anxiety does just about the same thing. Too much analysis of the future always leads to paralysis. Friends, the third one is ingratitude. Of all the human feelings, it is said that gratitude has the shortest memory. It is one's attitude that determines whether life unfolds into a place of blessedness or wretchedness. At the root of all ingratitude is the love of one's own greatness. For genuine gratitude admits that we are beneficiaries of an unearned bequest. To find fullness in life, one needs to replace regret with gratitude. Be grateful for what you have, not regretful for what you don't have. Epicurus, an ancient Greek philosopher, once said, "Nothing is enough for the man to whom enough is too little." Friends, to be happy, one needs to ask oneself this question: do you count your blessings or do you think your blessings don't count? We need to know that we are blessed. If you can't be satisfied with what you have reached, then at least be thankful for what you have escaped. To conclude, remember, to be happy and to live a life of fullness, believe in the power of facts, where fact is an acronym for F, forget the past; A, accept your mistakes; C, cry and move on; T, thank God; and S, smile always.